Hello and welcome to revision classes on television. Today, we will be having a session in English language. Our guide is Promise Ukmayan, and our focus today is stress, a vital part of test of oral English in SSCE.
Now you may ask, what is stress? Stress, simply put, can be defined as the degree of force or emphasis placed on a word or a syllable of a word which makes it or which makes that particular syllable comes out louder than the other parts. As you can see, we say that stress is what? It is the degree of force or emphasis placed on a word or a syllable of a word which makes that particular syllable comes out louder than the other parts. And we'll go further to say that in writing, the syllable that carries the stress is always written in capital letters. I want us to take note of this, that when we are writing, of course, when you check the dictionary, discover that it's just a little dot on a particular syllable that is carrying word stress. But for the sake of writing, we discover that we often use capital letter to indicate a particular syllable that that is carrying what the primary stress. And now I'm sure you are familiar with the fact that we've been repeating syllable. Now, what is a syllable? Simply put, a syllable is a word or a part in which words are broken into. Or you can say it can also be seen, it can also be seen as parts or units of pronunciation. What we are simply saying is that in English language, when we talk, well, we cannot do stress without understanding what a syllable is. And we are saying that a syllable is a word or a part in which words are broken into. Another way you can look at syllable is that it can also be seen as a part or unit of what? Pronunciation. That means every word in English language can be divided into what? A syllable. word in English language come in what? In form of what? A syllable. And that brings us to the next aspect of our lesson, that is types. Types of syllable. We have number one, we have what is known as the monosyllabic words, that is words of one syllable. Example, we have the word man, boy, girl, come, etc. Number two, we have the word bisyllabic or trisyllabic words. That is words of two. Let's take note of that. Two syllable. Words of two syllables. Examples. We have the word market, student, teacher, etc. And then lastly, we have what is known as three. Polysyllabic words. That is words of three syllables and above. Examples, we have words like television. Well, if you use your hand to count, you discover that this is how many syllables? 4. Television, 4. Number two, we have condition. How many? 3. Word of what? 3 syllable. Number 3 example, we have words like electricity. If you count, this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like we said, the polysyllabic words are actually these words of 3 or more syllables, as can be seen by the example illustrated here on the board. In stressing bisyllabic words, if the part of speech of the said word is either a noun or adjective, it is the first syllable that receives the stress. Hence, when writing, we have to write that syllable in capital letter. But if the said word is a verb, it is the second syllable that will be stressed. Hence, the second syllable will be written in capital letter, as we are going to illustrate on the board. Example, the word woman is actually a noun, and that is why the wo is the syllable that is what? That is stressed. 2, we have the word teacher. Because it's also a noun, it is the T, which is the first syllable, that is stressed. We also move to the word spacious. Spacious. Spacious is actually an adjective. That is why it is the first syllable, spa, that is what? That is stress. Then let's also see how we can stress a word of 2 syllables that is actually what? A verb. Example, the word depend. As you can see, the stress has moved from the first syllable into what? The second syllable. Just in line with the earlier explanation I gave about stressing a noun and a verb. 2. We have the word reject. Reject. In reject, it is the reject that actually receives the primary stress. There are some words in English language that actually have dual functionality. What do I mean by this? The same word can actually function as a noun, and it can equally function as what? As a verb. If such word function as what? As a noun, automatically it's the first syllable that will be stressed, but if such word function as a verb, it is the second syllable of the word that will be stressed. Example. We have here noun. We equally have here verb. Example, we have the word permit. Permit. Permit can function as a noun, and permit can equally be seen as what? As a verb. Hence, you notice there's change in the word, the stress positioning. 2, we have the word transfer. Transfer. Also have it here. Transfer. You notice there's shifting in the stress positioning. And having said all this, let's go into one of the things that actually can cause problem to students when answering question on stress pattern. But I've come up with a little simple rule that can actually guide you as a student preparing for SSE. And I tag the next subheading, rules of stressing polysyllabic words. One, stress the first, let's take note of this, first syllable of words that end in PH. 2, words that end in ILE, words that end in ISM, words that end in TURE, words that end in TUDE, words that end in this. Example of such word, we have the word furniture. If you have words that actually end in PH, ILE, ISM, TURE, TUDE, IST, it is the first syllable of such word that will be what? Stress. So you notice that the word furniture, the last syllable is actually TURE. So automatically, because the rule says you should stress the first syllable, and of course this word is actually a word of what? 3 syllable. So automatically it is the first syllable, which is fair, that receives the primary stress. Example 2, we also have words like signature, We have words like communism. Communism. We have words like crawl, kill, down. We have words like list, etc. Now, please bear it in mind that there is no absolute rule in English language. To every rule, there is what? An exception. Now, your dictionary will do you well by guiding you properly to note the exception, even in the statement we have made above. Number 2, the rule says stress the second to the last. Remember, let's know second to the last syllable of words that end in C-I-N-T. Where's that end in I-C? Where's that end in I-A-L? Where's that end in I-A-N? Where's that end in I-O-N? Where's that end in I-C-S? Where's that end in I-U-M? Where's that end in O-R? Where's that end in A-N-T? Where's that end in E-N-T? Where's that end in E-N-C-E? Examples. We have words like sufficient. That means, okay, sufficient. We have efficient. What do we mean by this? That means we are to stress second to the last syllable of words that end in this category of letters that we have mentioned. That is to say, if the word is two-syllabic word, we automatically stress the first syllable. If the word is three-syllabic word, we automatically stress where? The second syllable. If the word is actually four words of four syllable, we stress what? The third syllable, like that, and like that. And that is why in the word sufficient, it is the fee that is what? Stress. Example 2, words like economy, it is the n that is stressed. Words like television, of course, it is the V that will be stressed. Words like electrician, we have E, tree, shan. I'm sure you can follow like that, and you can think of words that can actually fall in this category. And like I said earlier, even with this rule, there are also what? Exceptions. Rule 3, stress the third, please let's take note of this, the third to the last syllable of words that end in, we have this category, ATE, IATE, IZE or ISE. We have IBLE. We have FY. We have TY. We have AL. We have ICAL. We have CY. And we equally have ORY. Examples. We have words like educate, educate. 2, we have words like motivate. We have words like photo, sin, cis, photosynthesis, etc. Now, what do we mean by this rule? That means if the word is word of 3 syllables, we are automatically to stress which syllable? The first syllable. If the word is actually word of what? 4 syllables, we are to stress what? The second syllable, as the case may be. Like I said earlier, none of this rule is actually very, very what? Absolute. To every rule, there are what? Exceptions to each, to all of them. So you can do yourself a favor by using dictionary to also guide yourself and help yourself in applying each of these rules. Now let's see how we can actually apply this in answering our SSC question. The instruction is often this way. In each of the following questions, the main or primary stress is indicated by writing the syllable on which it occurs in capital letters. And the first example is the word beneficial. See the spelling of the word beneficial. Now, when you look at this word, it is actually the second syllable of this word that will be stressed. So automatically, this is the right way to write this word. Beneficial. So the stress is on the word ni. So the word is pronounced as beneficial. That is the correct way of pronouncing this word, and that is why the stress is on what? The second syllable. Number 2. We have the word reduplicate. 1, 2. We have the word reduplicate. Now, as a way of placing stress in the word reduplicate, it is the pli, that is the third syllables that receives what? The primary stress. So automatically, this is the right way to write this word. Reduplicate. You can see that the stress is on what? The third syllable. I desire that you sit at home and try to apply the rules into revising your SSE pass question. Thank you.
You can subscribe to NTA series to watch or download past episodes of revision classes on television. That's the much we can take on the program today. Do join us next time for another educating session.